all our cloud solutions is actually browser-based already, but beyond, on top of that, right, like for example, our PMS, there's actually an iPad app that the front office staff could actually use. So imagine it's like if you're running a beach resort, you don't have to check in your guests from the front office, right? You can.
Welcome to a special episode of TRG Talk Digital. I'm Eddie, your host for today, and today we have a really special guest from Infor. Please welcome Miss Sammi, Sales Director of Infor Hospitality in the Southeast Asia. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure, thank you.
Sammi, I think that's one of the sales director at a renowned brand like Infor. I believe that your role must have taken to different parts of the world. And have you observed any differences in terms of cloud adoption in the Southeast Asian region and other part of the world?
Southeast Asia, to me, is not really like a region. It's all different countries, different markets have their own like sort of unique requirements on their own. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, the cloud adoption is really driven based on, the customer's requirements as well as, whether they have the knowledge on SaaS, whether they have the budget to actually be afford of it. And also, really depending on the market kind of maturity. So in general, I find like Singapore, it's a little bit more advanced just because, the infrastructure, everything is so much better for Singapore. The currency is strong. As well as, a lot of the regional global headquarters is actually based in Singapore, so that helps us a lot in terms of driving a lot of the corporate decisions and doing the rollout in the region. When it comes to emerging markets like Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, and here in Vietnam, I find they are probably a little bit step behind. Mm-hmm. The market still needs a lot more education in terms of the benefit of going on cloud, because for now, a lot of the hoteliers are purely looking at pricing, and when they start comparing, like maintenance versus a SaaS subscription, they just fail to see that, hey, what the subscription is bringing to that, in terms of the benefits. You just look at, oh, now I'm paying like 3-4 times more than my annual maintenance. I just don't have the budget.
But, have you seen any trend or pattern regarding the adoption of SaaS within this industry?
Yes, definitely. So we see that in general, usually the chain or the groups are faster in terms of getting adopted on SaaS, because they're not just driving one technology change. Usually they look at their whole chain and they look at all the systems that they have, whether it's, front office or back office. So they will usually want to do a sort of total optimization so that, they get rid of the risk of having the data locally. Comparing to, some of the independent hotels, being the knowledge on SaaS or being the budget concerns. So I usually see them getting slower in terms of hopping on the train. Yeah. But the good thing from the region is that we do get a lot of interest. So we do get a lot of inquiries on like the cloud solutions, right? So now it's really up to us to educate the customers as well as the market in terms of, hey, what is the benefit? Why now is the right time for you to actually go onto the cloud?
Yeah. So how does Infor ensure that the each solution remain adaptable and scalable to meet the evolving need of the hospitality industry?
It's like the more we understand what our customers are looking at, the more we could actually, develop our product, in a better way to actually suit the customer's requirements and needs. So end of the day, we want to listen to our customers. We want to be close to them. We really want to gather feedback from them. And then, we want to analyze across different markets and see, hey, what are some of the customers' specific enhancement requirements, and what are the sort of almost like industry-wide like requirements that we could actually look into building them in the next enhancement release or, next version release. So that helps us a lot, really by listening to customers and, really like be aware of what's happening in the local market.
Infor Hospitality solution are undoubtedly packed with the great feature that can potentially transform every business. So can you show us what is the top 5 features that's a more value to our clients?
The really kind of number one feature that we like to emphasize on, and that's actually across all the applications we have for the hospitality industry, being our PMS, being our revenue management, or being our sales and event management, or even sound systems, it's actually mobility. Right. All our cloud solutions is actually browser-based already, but on top of that, right, for example, our PMS, there is actually an iPad app that the front office staff could actually use. So imagine it's like if you're running a beach resort, you don't have to check in your guests from the front office, right? You can lead them directly into the villa and check them in the room and check them out there as well. This offers, of course, the hotel operators a lot more flexibility in terms of how they want to craft their kind of guest experience for their customers. So besides mobility, I probably say reporting analytics. It's very important kind of feature for us, right? So all of our applications, of course, has its own sort of native reports that you can run from the application itself. But on top of that, we also have the reporting hospitality analytics tool that would actually allow you to build your own dashboard and report, and you can save them as part of your favorite. So every time you go into the system, you can straight away run the report. You don't have to rerun the parameters. So that is pretty powerful because, especially imagine if you run the hospitality group, right? You don't just have one property. You might have 6, 7 properties across, 4, 5 countries. And by having such a reporting platform, you would have the flexibility to look at performance from all your properties at one go. I'd probably say the last one I really want to name is on support. Right. So all of our applications, we have this in-app chat functionality that we offer to the hotel operators. So basically, traditionally, if you run into an issue, you probably have to pick up a phone and call support, or you have to log a ticket via email. But for now, it's we allow you to straight away start a chat, and you're not chatting with chatbot, right? You're chatting with the real person, the real agent real behind the scene. And then we'll actually help you to automatically log a support ticket against your case. So end of the month, if you need to do any sort of analysis on your properties, how many cases you have opened and what are the status, you can still do that via the support portal.
That's indeed an impressive feature.
You nailed it.
Yeah. And besides those, are there any recent development at the moment, like Infor Hospitality solution offering that have been particularly impactful?
Right. So, across all our applications, because they are all SaaS, right? So every month, actually, there are some sort of major or minor releases or enhancements, being patched into the market. So basically, for now, I think the biggest project that we have is this RMS 2.0 project, which we are doing a whole facelift for our revenue management platform called EasyRMS. So the revenue management platform has really been powerful and well received by the market, but the feedback is that the look and feel is really old. So we are finally doing something around it. And also the idea for us moving forward is really to leverage on that machine learning kind of technology platform to help the hotels to achieve, total revenue optimization. So we're not just looking at room category revenue, we're looking at F&B, we're looking at function space and events revenue as well. So that, by having that kind of analytical piece around, the hotels will have enough data for them to, really dive in, see, hey, which area of the operations that they need to focus on and improve.
We, TRG and Infor, have been working together for a long time.
Yes.
We have a long history of successful project and close collaborations. So looking back on this year, I'm curious to know if there are projects where you collaborate with TRG that stand out to you, and what were the key challenges and successful here?
I'd probably say the biggest project I worked together with TRG, and I'm still working with TRG right now, is Accor. So what we do together for Accor is that we actually take Accor corporate as well as the hotels in the region from their on-premises sound systems and upgrade them onto the single-tenant cloud platform. So to date, we actually have managed to upgrade about more than 200 users onto the single-tenant cloud. I mean, in the beginning, the challenge was that there wasn't really an established process. So, we got inquiries from hotel A, B, C, D, E, and everybody got. So slowly from there, we defined the process together and divide the work. We know, okay, for specific questions that customer have, when I should take the lead and when I should let TRG actually handle, for example, like more project delivery related questions, I'll let them to take the lead because they're much more professional. They're more knowledgeable than me doing the project there. Yeah.
So let's say that during that time, how do you feel TRG International and what unique, innovative solution did TRG bring to the table while working on Infor Hospitality project, which say Accor, say.
Right. So TRG team is very knowledgeable and professional. So that's something I really appreciate because having that product domain knowledge will actually give them the credibility every time when the customer has any questions on, like what's going to happen if I were to, upgrade my system onto the cloud. So TRG team will be able to sort of really advise step by step in terms of, hey, what's going to happen, what's going to take place. I'm going to take, let's say, a 2-phase upgrade. I'll put you in UAT, I'll take you into production, and how long things would take from there. So I think, having such kind of knowledge as well as the professionalism will really put the customer's mind at ease as well. So the customer know that, hey, my partner know their business and I will want to trust them to take care of my project.
Right. Thank you for all the sharing about us and the time that you work with the TRG. So as I want to wrap things up, and I would like to hear your thought on how TRG and Infor can continue to innovate and provide value to clients in the hospitality industry.
Right. So again, TRG is our kind of one and only hospitality partner here in Vietnam, and I really rely on you guys a lot to giving me feedback on the local market insights, on some of the new maybe rules and regulations. For example, like this morning, the team was sharing with me saying that, hey, now Vietnam, there's a new rule about data has to be resided within the country.
Correct.
Does Infor has any plan in terms of having a data center here? So, I mean, of course, the question is beyond my pay grade, but, at least I welcome such comment. At least I have the insight. I could take that and go back to management and say, look, now we do have the local requirement. What would be our next steps? What do we want to do for the local customers here? I'd probably say, the collaboration model will be the same, right? We, Infor, as the principal software provider, will be here to support you wherever we can. But then, of course, we also rely on TRG to really help us to expand, the local network, the local connections, as well as the coverage towards the customers.
Thank you so much, Sammi, for the talk for today. It's really interesting and interesting conversation, and your idea and insight is really great. Thank you so much. To all of our listeners over here, thank you for joining with TRG Talk for today, and make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for all the information ahead. See you guys.